Good morning, traders. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the VOD. Welcome to the YouTube whenever you're watching this. And those of you in chat, welcome. We are going to run through this watch list really quick. I'm a little bit late to the market today. It is currently 3 minutes out from the market open. So let's get in here. You can see a SPY, big red open. It's going to be another red day. All right, let me get rid of some of these swing holds. We can check out those later in the morning, but we have a lot of stocks to run through. We have FSLR. I'm going to go through these really quickly, and then when they form their daily, their intraday setups, I'll look at the dailies. FSLR is good. BG. Volume is too low. I don't like this one. AUVI. This is a young one. It's gapping up to 10. Come up to 11 resistance, 13 all-time high. Intraday, good volume. This one will be fun. Although I bet you we can't trade it. Nope, not in the small account challenge. It's a fun one, but not in the small account challenge because we don't have the buying power for a stock this expensive. If there's no option. 6 is good. While the market opens here, let's have FSLR up. Fix these. And the market is open. We have a pullback in FSLR in the first tick. No, moving forward. I'm going to post the watch list to social media really quick. Actually, hold on. We are up $1,600. What is this? That was our hold from yesterday. Okay, FSLR finally pulling back. SNE. Pulling back good. ADP is pulling back. Look at UAL make this move up. Let's see if AAL is doing the same. This one's down a little bit more, I believe. All right, back to posting the watch list. And then we have a few more stocks, like MSFT. Actually, I want to get into MSFT under 207 here. We are up in our hog overnight hold. We're going to want to get out of these before a pullback, but today is, and I just lost connection to the server. Reconnecting. Today is a big red day. High volume. That's why 𝗪𝗪𝗁 is probably having issues right now. I bet you there's people who can't even log into their account. We're lucky we got logged in early, reconnected. This has been happening every once in a while ever since they got rid of commission. We are back. Choking on coffee here. You can see XS is pulling up. It's causing the option price to make some wild swings. Hog, we couldn't exit that trade. We couldn't do anything in Microsoft. That really screwed us over quite a bit. All right, here's our Microsoft trade. Let's throw in some levels here for you all to see what I'm looking at. We have OBD setup up to highs of today, the high of that swing, and then we have target at 205. Do we have anything closer than that? Not really. 206, then 205. They're all whole numbers. Let's drag this up. Okay, we're breaking down again. Good. 207, 205, here we go. This is based on the daily chart. 205 is the next major level of support. All right, let's run through some stocks. Missed the FSLR break while 𝗪𝗪𝗁 was down. GE, we missed that break while 𝗪𝗪𝗁 was down. This one's actually breaking now. It's up 8%. GE has gotten cheap over the years. What's the news here? Cost cuts. Better than expected earnings. Okay. In this one, 8% is enough of a move. ADP just broke. Daily resistance 160. Go ahead and take this one. On the break of this high, if we can get in, not even sure what price this is selling at. Look at that spread, 40 cents to 165. What price do you want me in at? 210 now. Okay, so 175 order might have been best. Nope, we're just gonna call this a missed trade. That was a crazy spread, didn't allow us in. Now we're up to 320. Microsoft is just hovering about. GE has continued up a little bit. I suppose you could have gone 1-to-1 off of this first candle. But these are little 1-to-1 trades, only 10-cent moves. Not going to get much off of that. It's not worth the attention. American, I assume UAL as well. Actually, United is coming down. American's not. I wonder if American is a sister play. Yeah, American I don't like. Let's take this off. 6 is pulling back up quite a bit. Carnival's hovering. XS is making a decent move up. Would have loved to get out of this one when TD Ameritrade crashed down here when we were up over $1,000. But that's all right. All right, what is moving? VUPS. We have UPS. I think this is one of the ones we didn't get on our watch list. Let's go through those again. UPS. Yeah, that's worth looking at. No clean formation here though. Ramp down, quick spike up, quick spike down. Now it's consolidating. MRO is curling down. Could take it under 392. Today is what, Wednesday? Today is Wednesday. Okay. We can take this one for November 6th. That's a call. We want a put. Try and get in at 5 cents. Spread is 2 cents and 8 cents. Wild spreads in these. Oh my. Okay, let's just go for 8. Not going to try and sneak in there with a higher bid. I mean, look at the difference in price in the next strike on the calls versus the puts. Now that is also because we're a lot closer to 4 than we are to 350, but we want to see this one come down. Let's draw on some levels. We're getting in under here. Stop is up here. It's a very cheap trade. The most we could lose even if we let this expire is $8. 1-to-1. going to be down here. Let's see on the daily. We have all-time low 380. So let's check out 380. Might as well edit properties, make this entry line gold so you know where the difference is. I might change our targets from now on to green. Does that work? Stop red, entry yellow, green. That way you can see which direction this is going. Yeah, I like that actually. It progresses up towards green. I like that a lot. Let's switch to this, go over to Microsoft. Microsoft is breaking down. Let me change the colors of these. Change that to yellow. Change this to green. And I can see which direction the trade is going. Okay. 6. UPS. 6 is coming down. November 20th. Quarterly options. Do we want to play with these? Put down to 117.50. Is this volatile enough for that? I don't think so. Ride. That just went down. MasterCard. Look at that. Red candle out of the open. SPY. SPY, big red move. GE slowly chugging up. Our hog swing hovering around there. Excess swing finally coming back down. MSFT I traded today. It was moving down. Saw a little bit of a move up. And then Marathon. All right, Microsoft. We want to watch this hit our target. We're prepared to get out of this one at our target because it's a pretty strong daily support level here at 205. The next one isn't going to be until there's slight support here at 202.50 and then 200. And I'm not too sure if this does have the oomph. See, Carnival's coming back down. I'm tempted to take a trade in this one, but I've taken 3 trades already today. I don't need to take another trade. You can see we had a Carnival trade a couple days ago. Let me remove these drawings. Clean up, always clean up your charts. Don't be one of those guys that has 100 lines all over your chart and you can't even see what's actually going on. Keep your lines to a minimum. Okay, we can see the 5-minute chart actually looks really good in this one under 1290. 1 minute as well. The daily chart. We've had a couple red days breaking under this support level right now at 13. And then we have another level at 1162. We have a level at 1270-ish. And we just broke. I don't know if this Microsoft just hit our target. Microsoft, we're up 116. Go ahead and close this one out. We could see the ask is at 330. Get out here at 330. Try and get out on the ask. On this big red candle down. We have MRO is coming down. That's hovering around now. Our hog overnight hold is coming back up. Let's check out the SPY. It's down. These overnight reversals, we would expect to follow the market a little bit more, but they're doing their own thing. They're going to be a little bit emotional on today, the day after their big 24% move. People really don't know what's going on. A lot of bag holders thinking this is going to move up, and then a lot of short sellers thinking it's going to come down. You can see excess is recovering. Like, look at that. We think it was down quite a bit this morning actually is in the red, 2%ish, and now it's up 2%. You can see how big of a move it had yesterday. Pulled back, opened red. It's trying. If it breaks yesterday's high, we'll be concerned, but if not, just see this one curl back down. All right, Microsoft, what are you going to give to us? Keeping my order down here for that next move down, so we can actually get filled on it. Unless it pulls all the way back up, then we'll get out without a profit, and that's okay. It is possible in the stock market for that to happen. You don't get filled. I mean, the price was further than our order and we didn't get filled. And if it reverses back up and we get out at our entry to avoid letting it turn to a loss, then that's fine. That's just capital management, making sure you don't lose your money and taking profits where you can. But this looks like it wants to continue down, and if it does, we might even consider it coming down further. We'll see. Let's run through our watch list really quick. 6 has come down quite a ways. This is down 10% now. Could have possibly taken it under 2020 on this bounce. Take it under. Remember that satisfying that support level, this 2020 support level, satisfied it from underneath as resistance. Now we know it's an SR level. It's a good SR level. It's been tested from above and below, and then it's continued down ever since. That would have been a 22-cent stop and almost a point target. Nice. BBBY has come all the way back up. Look at this move initially. Again, this is a tiny trade though. We are down $7. The most we can be down is $8. This has come back up, but on the daily chart, show you guys this one, it's been up quite a ways. It's time this takes a breather. So we'll see. There's quite a bit of resistance at 22, which it hit today. We want to see this come down, test 20 support level, test 18 support level, fill this gap, and then slowly make this move up again, because this is a pretty big gap and we are pretty close to it. It's a pretty big gap to leave unfilled in this stock. There will constantly be this tension of people waiting for it to fill this gap. People who sold short here at 14, maybe some institutional short sellers down here at 14 who want to manipulate the price down to 18 to close the gap. APA, you can see it's now hovering back under this 205 level. Remember, we talked about if this does break 205 again, we expect it. In this case, we want to see it break the 204.40 level. We expect it to continue down a little bit more, make a bigger move down. So if we look at the spread here, 295.305 on the second move down, it's not as much as the first move down, and that's because of the nature of options. Volatility is lower on a second move because it went sideways, it recovered, so the price drops. We're going to move our order a little bit further as a fishing order and try and get in at this 204 level. I'm predicting at 204. Once volatility picks up, if this drops down in one candle or two candles, that the option price will be at 350 for us. It is at that 320 level. It's back to where we wanted to get out previously. And it is testing this 304.50 support, what it bounced off of prior. Pretty strong support right now, but it's testing it again. It's chipping away more of the buying, more of these buyers here. It's slowly chipping away at them, and once they're all gone, there's nothing left to hold this up. Quickly check the scanner. Holy cow, lots of stocks moving today. American Airlines has surged. United was the bigger mover. I even took American off of the watch list because it wasn't moving as much as United. Look at this. Could have taken this on the test way over here, either on the reversal, take it under 1095, stop 11, very tight stop, or take it under this support level at 1085 that this tested 3 times this morning already. Again, stop 11, or even if you want a wider stop, high of day, 1109, take it all the way down. Very decent move in that. Let's check some of our other holdings while Microsoft does its thing. We have BBBY has made its move down. This is a decent move. We're looking for this to come down near low of day. See, this one is up $6. Again, small trade. We want to catch it on a move down around 21 possibly. That's a pretty strong level from the opening candles. And then MRO is our other one. This is also coming down. See, all of them, they took this little bit of a breather, and now they're all coming back down in our favor. That's why you are patient through these moves. Don't panic when something reverses, even if, in the case of MRO, even if it comes all the way up to your entry and you lose all of your profits that you had. We had almost 1-to-1 here, our 1R, where your 1R level, R is a capital R, written like this in chat, capital R, 1R is your risk unit. So our risk unit here is 6 cents. We have 6 cents risk. That's what capital R stands for as a variable. So our 1R in profit would have been 386 where we're at right now. We're hovering at our 1R level. If you are guessing, like I did, I guess this stock will go down. I want to at least get out at 1R at 386. Because that's admitting I was right. There's a 50-50 chance it will go up or down. It went down. And how you measure whether it successfully went up or successfully went down versus just going sideways is whether it's 1R or not. If it's less than 1R, then you weren't actually right about it going down because it didn't really go down. It only went down a little bit, part of hovering sideways. But this one has gone down to our 1R. It successfully came down. We were right about the direction, about the coin flip, the 50-50, if you will, of this stock. It came down, so we want really making a move down today. On the daily chart, look at this gap down, and we are coming down to test. We're back into COVID range as of today. We are testing 330 was SR, support and resistance. Our next major level, we're going to see some support around 327, and then we're going to see much stronger support at 320. So 327 and then 320. We're going to switch to 2-minute candles now. Let's check Microsoft. I believe this is making its move down. Something is making a move down. BBBY is making a move down as well. We're looking for this one down to 21. And then we'll consider getting out. We are up $11 in this. And then MRO. Oh, I was reading BBY's profits instead of MRO's profits. We're up $1.50. We are up to $882 in the small account challenge already. That's my favorite thing. Favorite thing is new stock traders. The light in their eye, how interested they are in learning. I believe, and I've taught a bunch of different subjects in my lifetime. I believe stock traders are the most interested in learning of any other student I've ever had in any other subject. Those who want to learn how to stock trade, they really bear down, they study, they read all the books, they watch all the videos, they watch all the courses, they invest in their education, paying for education, even though they don't have to. It's not a university course, it's not a college course. Nothing like that. It's beautiful to see. Market is making a little bit of a bounce here. This might inspire some of these individual stocks like we're seeing in Microsoft, especially tech stocks. usually follow the S&P 500 or vice versa. This move could be moving the S&P 500. That is the nature of it, but usually you see stocks following it. BBBY so close to that 21 target. Slight target we have there. If it breaks through, we'll let it go. I mean, this is up $7.50. It's another very, very tiny trade. You can see over here, $8. Very small trade. MR. All right, Microsoft, I think, has pulled back decently. Yeah, look at that. So 204.50 was strong enough support to bounce this back up. Remember what we said, we'll let this play around with our entry level. It hasn't tested it from below. It hasn't satisfied this as resistance, and then this can continue moving down. We are trading what the market gives us. We're not forcing anything. We did try and get out on this first breakdown. We were next on the ask. We just didn't get priority. Now we have a fishing order down here just in case this makes its big move down and broke 204.50, but 204.50, let's check on the daily chart what the significance is of that. The whole numbers were stronger on the daily chart, but we'll see. 204.50. There is nothing significant on the daily chart about this level. Possibly these two candles played around with it, but not exactly. 204 is the much stronger level. And so somebody, somewhere, Microsoft, coming back down now. Took its breather. Let some of these people scalping it get out. Now there should be fewer bag holders and have more. All right, swing trades, hog, excess, both breaking down. What's happening in the SPY? It's coming back down. That's what we like to see. A good, healthy recovery in the S&P 500. It doesn't always have to be green. When things are green all the time, then people start to build fear of when that green is going to end. That's how we work as human beings. And trading against fear is no fun. So we like to see these red days because it eliminates people's fear. Now there's no more people asking, when is it going to pull back? When is it going to pull back? It already did pull back, so they could be optimistic again. We like trading on optimism, not fear. BlackBerry curling down, Marathon hovering, Microsoft coming down. Hog coming down, testing the support at 34.30. We are up on this. This is a swing trade. We are up $75 overall in this one. I believe I wanted to get out at 2. We are at 2. Let's actually see, where did I want to get out? 50% move from yesterday, possibly. 30% more likely, but this has plenty of room to go. So this one, before its gap was at 29, went up to 37. So it's an 8-point move, so we want to see 33. Let's draw on a level at 33 here, just for our records. 33, make that green. Let's head into excess and make that one green as well. Why not? So you know it's somewhat of a target. Now these aren't strict targets. These aren't, as soon as it hits this, I'm gonna panic and get out. These aren't, oh, if it doesn't hit it, then I can't get out. These are just mental levels of a 50% pullback on these reversals that we are trading. Microsoft, what is going on? Little bounce on the 1 minute. Let's get back to the 2 minute here. You can see this one's coming down. It's testing 205 again. We want to see it break under 205 and finally test and break this 204.50 level. We see a volume increase on this move up, which has increased bag holders, and now it's coming down. Those people are going to start stopping out if they are day traders or short-term traders. Wall Street doesn't like the term day trading. It has a little bit of a negative connotation to it because of retail traders. But that is in essence what they are. MRO is finally curling down. But the more times something tests, the greater the chance it will break, right? The more times it tests, the stronger the support. So when it does break, it will break harder, if that makes sense. There's a lot of bag holders, a lot of people holding on to this stock at 204.50 that once it breaks, they'll start panicking and selling. So no, it can bounce off of this level 10 times. But yes, every single time that is the case, if every single time it bounces, it gets smaller and smaller like this. But then we saw a big bull move here. Of course, it was a really good question. So don't automatically assume that every test is weaker. You can assume every test is weaker if every bounce is smaller, because that means, okay, we lost some buyers on this test, so it doesn't bounce as high. We lost some buyers on this test, but this test we gained some buyers, and so it kind of negated that, right? So on this fourth test, it has the same chance of breaking as it did previously, except for when it does break, it'll just be that much bigger of a break because everybody's seeing how strong the support level is. If it only tested the support level once and it broke, people are like, it's a light support level. It tested once. This is not enough to hold this stock up. So when you're playing around with such a strong level like this and volume doesn't increase like it did here and here on this first test of this level, when volume increases, that means there's a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers both battling back and forth. Here, there weren't many buyers and there weren't many sellers on either side. There weren't many bulls, there weren't many bears on either side of this battle. So imagine maybe imagine like a castle wall. You have the defenders and you have the attackers. Imagine there's only a couple defenders and a couple attackers. Okay, that's not enough for anything to happen. So it's just going to be a stalemate. They're just going to sit there and like wave at each other. But when you have an increase in volume, that's when the military forces come in and we see a real battle. You can see the put price is now to 315. It's loved this 320 level on the ask under 205. But we haven't seen. All right, we're breaking 204.50 again, ever so slightly. We want to see an increase in volume though on one of these breaks. An increase in volume will be a sign that the break is happening. Let's show you this on the 1 minute as well. Get a closer look. You can see increase in volume on this candle on the test, lower on that false break. We do have an increase in volume on this doji here around this 204.50 level, but it is just hovering. You can see this bounce now even lower than these bounces previously. That's what we were talking about earlier. This next bounce is even smaller so far. Watching the level 2, not many buyers and sellers. There's a few sellers in the upper mid to upper 90s. Yeah, you can see it coming up here to 95. We are coming up to 205. And this might be the final bounce off of 204.50. $290 is the ask at 205 now. It was 320 previously. So we are drying up in volatility. Option prices decrease when volatility decreases. Options love volatility. It acts as a multiplier in the option price. So we can see this bouncing up pretty hard now. So this is a bigger bounce than the one previously. So it's a bit more support. Volume is a little higher. Here's these 4 volume candles was this big spike up. You can see on the 5-minute chart, this big spike up. We weren't confident that that was going to be a reversal, but if we see a slower turn off of this 204.50 level, that will give us more of a sign of a legitimate reversal in this one. We'll want to get out without this breaking. And even if it breaks later in the afternoon, we're only trading based off of the information the market is giving us. If this shows signs that it's going to reverse, we need to trade off of that information. Even if that information changes later, we need to trade off of the current information the market gives us. And that's the only way you can make consistent profits in the stock market. Stock market is an endless, infinite stream of information. It's your job as a trader. This is a bit of a higher volume move on this red candle down. I mean, I say higher volume, I'm really being nitpicky here. These candles are all relatively the same ever since this first test of 205 and this bounce up. Every single one of these volume candles. You can see 56, it flashed there for a second, 56 on the buy wall. There's a big wall at 204.50, 55, and then 22 at 49. And these are hundreds. This is 100 shares. This is 200 shares. So that's 50. Was it 5,600 shares I said? It's almost 6,000 shares waiting to be purchased at 204.50. So we need people to sell that many shares to break through this support level. You can see that big 5,000 plus share order slowly filling, and it's bouncing up again. And we're going to be patient with this one still. It might suck. We might lose. We're $65 in profit right now, which is huge. Huge in a $500 small account challenge. That's over 10% on what this account started with. We're at 850 now. It's a huge, huge, huge win. But we're trading off of the information the market is giving us. Again, and the market isn't going to give us the information to get out until it gets up into this range again and breaks over 207. In which case we'll close, maybe even for a loss in the option because it'll be some bullish volatility. Who knows, but we'll close around break even on the stock price. And that might suck that we lost those profits, but that's because we're trading off of the information the market gives us. We have a system of how I decipher the information of the market, that endless stream of information. I have a system and I follow that system. And because I follow that system in every single trade that I take, every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, I'm able to get these long-term consistent profits. And I see long-term consistency. I'm able to grow accounts over time. Instead of you'll see some traders have this massive win, then a massive loss the next day, and then a massive win. And at the end of it, they're break even or even slightly red, maybe slightly green, but they didn't really get anywhere, even though, and that I've done videos and blog posts about in the past. My whole intro video in the 0 to 1 trading course is about that. But in this small account challenge, where we are limited to one option, the goal is big wins, small losses. But if you're trading these wins that are too big for your account, then you're not emotionally attached to that money. Like you can see in that blog post, when you're not emotionally attached to the money and you're overconfident with your capital, you feel like you're invincible a little bit, you end up losing that money right away. Like people who win the lottery, they're not emotionally attached to that money. They did. Bed Bath & Beyond is coming down to 21. This is a support level we wanted to watch. We do want to see a break of this support level. You can see we are up $11.50 in this trade. Microsoft is hovering here. Unfortunately, that 204.50 level is a little bit too much, and that is hurting the option price quite a bit. We're down 263 on the ask, 253 on the bid. We're up $62 in this trade now. It still looks like it wants to curl down. I'm extending this stream out to try and get this exit on video so I can post it on YouTube and have it live. And MRO is coming down. Bed Bath & Beyond broke 21, closed under 21, which is good. And it's just slowly coming down. I'm going to get out of this trade here at 21 like I said I wanted to. It's just very slow. It might slowly come down for the rest of the day, of course. But this isn't one that I want to manage through the whole day. We can see the ask is at 70. I'm going to try to cut the bid in the ask in half. Actually, the ask went down to 63. Try and undercut it by 1 cent. Get out at 62. We are out at 62. And that is a, what is that, a $9 win in Bed Bath & Beyond. Small wins matter. That's 1% on the account. A 1% win in a single trade is amazing. And for such a low risk trade, this was our entry and our stop. Target all the way down here. Very, very, very small trade, small win, but it is a win nonetheless. This is just moving sideways into the lunch session, so I want to get out of it. Now it's a whole different setup than this breakdown that I traded earlier. Okay, I'm going to take that off of my watch list so it doesn't clutter it. We have, what are the, okay, so 𝗪𝗏𝗁 ended up coming down through the morning very slowly. This is exactly what we thought would happen. It would bounce, it would come down, it would break, but it would and head back into Microsoft hovering over 205. 5-minute chart looks like it still wants to come down. You can see on the 5-minute chart we had one bounce, because all of this counts as a bounce. We have one bounce off of 204.50, two bounce off of 204.50, and now it's setting a lower high. We'll see if it sets a lower low. 5-minute chart looks even more promising on this one, that we will get this break of 204.50 we've been waiting for. We are up, sorry for the pop into the mic there. We are up $80 in this trade, 280 on the ask. We're just about to hit the 2-hour mark on the trading day. Lunch session started 22 minutes ago. See what GE ended up doing, just hovering sideways. Nice. FSLR pulled back. And UPS recovered, and it's about to test its high. Might end up recovering its gap by the end of day. Then we have, of course, our MRO trade. And I'm going to get our other trades in here that we're paying attention to. We also have a swing trade in Guild, which is coming down. We want to see this one up. This was a very long-term swing trade from 2 weeks ago. Not 2 weeks ago. We started last week. From early last week, though. From a week ago. Don't even see. I'm going to do a quick recap for you all on how today went in trading. You can see right now we're at $970-ish in the account. We're waiting for this Microsoft to trade. This was our first trade we took on the day. Microsoft, we took a OBD setup in this one, opening breakdown, although we didn't get in at the very open because Thinkorswim crashed. So it ended up hovering between this range, and we got in short by purchasing a put in this one, and it broke down, came straight down to our target, which we are now, our initial target was 205. That's the daily support and resistance level, but it immediately broke through. We tried getting out, didn't get filled. We got unlucky there, but then realized 204.50 is the support level of the day. And so that's most people's targets. You can see it bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times off of this 204.50 level. So now we're watching it. We were patient through all these pullbacks because we really want to see what happens at this 204.50 level. You can see it keeps coming back to it like a magnet. So we're still watching this one, still holding on to this one. We also got into Bed Bath & Beyond. I took out the levels in this trade because we just closed it to clean it up a little bit. But we got into this one later in the morning. You can see it pulled back a little bit. This is down 12%. It pulled back a little bit and then made this move down, and we got in under this green candle here, stop over this candle. Very, very, very tight stop, came down, hovered sideways, and then slowly made its way down, finally hit our target at 21, and we got out of this trade. And then we are also holding on to MRO. MRO is a very, very, very tiny stock with a very, very, very tiny option that we got into. You can see here our entry price, OBD setup. Type this in chat for the people watching the stream. Opening breakdown setup, where we have the open, we have a pullback, sets our entry, sets our stop. We take the trade on the break downward. And this one we set our target at 380, which is a daily support and resistance level. But this one is just so small. You could see it is up $3.50. Might even try and just sell it here. The last price was at 850. Let's just get out here at 9. See what happens. Maybe even if I can edit my order here. Let's just get out at the bid at 8. This isn't a trade that I want to hold through the lunch session. It didn't really get further than that. We made $3 on that trade. Very, very, very small trade. Again. And those are the 3 trades we took today. We're still holding a few. We're holding onto Microsoft overnight from today. Not overnight. Over the lunch session. I'm going to watch this one. And then we are holding on to a few of our overnight trades in Exact Sciences. We're waiting for it to pull back 50% of yesterday's move. Come down to this green level, which it looks like it will do. And then we also have Harley-Davidson, similar situation, coming down to this green level. It broke down. That's nice. So we're holding this one until it comes down here. And that is a summary of today. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining me in stream. Thank you for watching this VOD on Twitch. Thank you for watching the video on YouTube, wherever you are watching this at. I appreciate you supporting me creating this content for you, and I also hope you gain some value from watching this. So thank you all for being here, and I am not going to be trading tomorrow. I'm taking the day off, but I will be trading on Friday, so we'll be back Friday trading live again, and I will see you all then. Have a great rest of your day.